Alright, so, hey guys, this next video I'm gonna do is just gonna be called, Multiracial Israel. Not so fast. Yeah, I think that's maybe what I'm gonna call it. We'll see. But, this video might hurt some people's feelings, but it's just a video that I need to do because I think things have to be said. And, basically, this is just gonna be about, I see a lot of people in these, end times, they want to be on some, like, multiracial Israel type stuff, and it's like, dude, I don't know, it's not biblical, okay, Zechariah. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see that. Anyway, Zechariah, chapter 8, verse 23. Thus said Yahuwah of hosts, in those days 10 men from all languages of the nations take hold. They shall take hold of the edge of the garment of a man, a Yahudi, saying, let us go with you, for we have heard that Elohim is with you. Okay, that's Zechariah chapter 8, verse 23. Alright. And maybe there's even stuff. Okay, and you know what? I'll even read a little bit further. Alright, chapter, you can tell these videos are improv. Zechariah, chapter 8, verse 11 through 23. Alright. But now I am not as in the former days to the remnant of this people, declares Yahuwah of hosts. Because of the sowing of peace, the vine gives its fruit, the ground gives her increase, and the Shemaim, heaven, give their due. And I shall cause the remnant of this people to inherit all these. And it shall be, as you were a curse among the Gentiles, O house of Yehuda and house of Israel, so I shall save you, and you shall be a Becherah, which I believe is blessing. I'm not totally sure. Double check me on that. Do not fear. Let your hands be strong. For thus said Yahuwah of hosts, is I have purposed to do evil to you when your fathers provoked me, declares Yahuwah of hosts, and I did not relent. So again, in these days, I have purposed to do good to Jerusalem and to the house of Yehuda. Do not fear. These are the words you should do. Speak the truth to one another. Judge with truth and right ruling for peace in your gates. And do not plot evil in your heart against another. And do not love a false oath. For all these I hate, declares Yahuwah. And the word of Yahuwah of hosts came to me, saying, thus said Yahuwah of hosts, the fast of the 4th, and the fast of the 5th, and the fast of the 7th, and the fast of the 10th, are to be joy and gladness, and pleasant appointed times for the house of Yehuda, and they shall love truth and the peace. Thus said Yahuwah of hosts, people shall yet come, inhabitants of many cities, and the inhabitants of the one go to another, saying, let us earnestly go and pray before Yahuwah, and seek Yahuwah of hosts. I myself am going. And many peoples and strong nations shall come to seek Yahuwah of hosts in Jerusalem, and to pray before Yahuwah. Thus said Yahuwah of hosts, in those days 10 men from all languages of the nations take hold. They shall grab hold of the edge of the garment of a man, a Yahudi, saying, let us go with you, for we have heard that Elohim is with you. Okay? Zechariah, chapter 8, verses 11 through 23. And what that's saying is, yes, there is a difference between just Gentiles and Jews that may just go beyond wheat and tare. Okay, so I'm not exactly gonna sit up here and I'm gonna say all people who are wheat are Jews, okay, and not Gentiles, because I don't know if that's scriptural. You know, I'm just a man. I don't know everything. I can get things wrong. I'm just a man here. But the point is, I'm not sure if this whole multiracial Israel thing that people are starting to pull is scriptural. It doesn't really seem to be, alright? People want to wait until, the end times to start pulling this crap, okay? Back when the Jews were like white people, you could go around saying, oh, just they are the Jews and only they are the Jews, and, let's all give them, billions of dollars in subsidies so they can have their own country and, have their own military that they can go around, killing people. Granted, killing other tares, but, I mean, you get the point here. And no one had a problem with that. But, when people start breaking out scriptures saying, well, it seems far more accurate that, Negroes are the real Jews, and, not these Caucasian pretenders from Europe, now everyone wants to start talking about, like, multiracial Israel and all these other kind of stuff. Well, dude, I don't know if that's biblical, okay? And, Paul Mooney once had a saying, everyone wants to be a nigga, but don't nobody want to be a nigga, alright? I could have, I could make a video showing, like, black people, being showed all kinds of, like, screwed up, in some 1940s or 1930s cartoon, and, I can show you the comments, and, I don't see too many comments from, like, white wheat people, or what have you, saying, yeah, this is really just messed up. It's just all a bunch of, like, excuses and just, trying to pretend like it didn't happen, or it's not bad, or it's not racist, or stuff like that. That's what I see. I don't really see too many white wheat people, doing a good job of, speaking out on white supremacy, which is just satanic, straight up. I might do another video on that. But the point is, everyone wants to wait until the end times to try to be a part of, like, multiracial Israel, or to try to act like, there's no racial sentiment or hard feelings towards black people, or any of these things. And none of that is scriptural. None of it is biblical. It's all just people talking. And I don't think it's, I've got to call it out. I've got to call it out. And, I think, if anything, tares have, propagated this notion of black people being evil and, like, the scum of the earth, which is probably a better word, just the scum of the earth, just the worst of the worst people. And so you have all of these, Gentiles and white people, it's tough, it's difficult for them to believe that black people are the real Jews. It really is. It's difficult for them to believe that because of all the propaganda and all of the negative sentiment about black people that have just been propagated over centuries. I could even, show you Mexican stamps of black people being depicted in all sorts of just really messed up ways. Some black person on a steamboat cartoon in the 30s, and just real, Dumbo and Step and Fetch It and Mr. Bojangles and, people in whiteface. And I don't really see too many white wheat with souls, going around saying, yeah, this is just bad. They seem to roll along with it. Okay, what's up with that? So, everyone wants to wait until the end times to try to be like, multiracial Israel. or, black people have it good, or, there is no black racism, or we are all brothers, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, everyone wants to wait until the very end times to, want to be black, or want to, be multiracial Israel, or any of this. And I'm like, I'm not sure how accurate that is. You might need to slow your roll on that, homie. At least have the decency to admit that, yeah, there was a lot of fucked up stuff, pardon my French, with black people. And yeah, we did believe a lot of really messed up stuff about black people. And it was messed up. But, we were wrong for believing it. At least have, the integrity to state things like that. But, to try to deny that it was all, and it never existed, it was never real, and that Israel is just multiracial, or things like that, I mean, I think that's just a real lack of integrity, really. And, I don't think it's right. And, I'm gonna probably be making a longer video on this, because I think it is something that's needed. So, yeah, there you go. Well, anyway, here's another one, And then also, you have, biblical verses talking about, from beyond the rivers of Ethiopia, my supplements. I'm paraphrasing here. But, it's beyond the rivers of Ethiopia. It wasn't beyond the rivers of Germany, or something like that, okay? And that's not me saying, you can't be a Jew and, be right with God or anything like that. It's just me saying, let's be honest about certain things here. Here's another one. Joel, chapter 3. Right here. For look, in those days and at that time, when I turn back the captivity of Yehuda and Jerusalem, then I shall gather all Gentiles and bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat, and I shall enter into judgment with them there for my people, my inheritance Israel, whom they have scattered among the Gentiles, and they have divided up my land, and they have cast lots for my people, and have given a young man for a whore, and have sold a gourd for wine, and drank it. And also, well, I think that's enough. No, I can go more. And also, what are you to me, O Tessor and Sidon, and all the coast of Pelasheth? Are you repaying me? And if you are repaying me, I would swiftly and speedily return your reward on your own head. For you have taken my silver and my gold, and brought my treasures into your temples, and the people of Yehuda and the people of Jerusalem you have sold to the sons of Yawin, which is a son of Japhet, to remove them far from their borders. See, I am stirring them up out of the place to which you have sold them, and I shall return on your own head what you have done, and shall sell your sons and your daughters into the hands of the people of Yehuda, and they shall sell them to the Sheabites, to a nation far off, for Yahuwah is spoken. Proclaim this among the Gentiles. Prepare for battle. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of battle draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Hasten and come round. Hasten and come, all of you Gentiles, and gather all around. O Yahuwah, let your mighty men come down here. Let the Gentiles be aroused, and come up into the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there I shall sit to judge all the Gentiles on every side. Put in the sickle, for the harvest is grown ripe. Come, go down, for the winepress is filled, the vats overflow, for their evil is great. Yeah, I'll keep going. Crowds, crowds in the valley of decision, for the day of Yahuwah is near in the valley of decision. Sun and moon shall become dark, and stars shall withdraw their brightness. And Yahuwah shall roar from Zion, and give forth his voice from Jerusalem. And the Shemaim and the earth shall shake, but Yahuwah shall be a refuge for his people, and a stronghold for the children of Israel. Then you shall know that I am Yahuwah your Elohim, dwelling in Zion, my Kodesh mountain, and Jerusalem shall be Kodesh, and foreigners shall not pass through her again. And it shall be in that day that the mountains drip with the new wine, and the hills flow with milk. And all the streams of Yehudah shall be flooded with water, and a fountain flow from the house of Yahuwah, and the water, the Wadi, Shittim. I'm not sure what that's Hebrew for. Mitzrayim shall become a ruin, and Edom a ruin, a wilderness, because of violence done to the people of Yehudah, whose innocent blood they shed in their land. But Yehudah shall dwell forever, and Jerusalem to all generations, and I shall avenge their blood, which I have not avenged, and Yahuwah shall be dwelling in Zion. That's basically all of Joel chapter 3. And, when, it says, and they have cast lots for my people, and have given a young man for a whore, and sold a girl for wine, and drank it, who you talking about, okay? You're not talking about, real Chinese people, okay? You're not talking about real Dutch people. Let's just be honest about that, alright? Who you talking about, okay? So yeah, that's just a kind of quick video that I'm doing. I think I'm probably going to end up having to do a longer video, because, I see this meme of, like, this multiracial Israel, and maybe it's true, but, if it's true, I'm going to have to pray for more understanding of it, because it doesn't seem to be scriptural at all, okay? And people want to wait until the end times to try to pull it. When people were saying, like, these rich white people were the real Jews, no one had a problem with it. But then, you say, the real Jews are, black people who actually seem to fit the prophecies of the Bible. And now all of a sudden it's like multiracial Israel, and it's like all this other different stuff. I don't know about all that, man. So anyway, these are just some quick videos that I'm knocking out. And I know I got some other videos I need to knock out, and I'm going to get them. But yeah, that's it for me for right now. So anyway, hope you liked it, or, if it stung a little bit, it kind of is what it is. I hope you can, take it and, grow with it, instead of, trying to be mad or be mad with me. Just admit, yeah, you said a lot of truth here, and a lot of it is true. I think, in these last days of time, sitting up here and trying to lie about this or trying to lie about that, it's not really gonna, be helpful to anyone, to try to lie about this or that, or about the past, or what happened, or things of that nature. None of that's gonna be helpful. You just may as well own up and fess up to it, and just say it was wrong, or, we were wrong, because, it's also scripture. I think a lot of Gentiles will say, our fathers inherited lies, okay? So, that's scripture too. And, when people see the strangeness of the salvation of the real Jews, the people who were said to be the scum of the earth, okay, they're gonna know it is what it is, okay? I think there's a lot of people who would rather go to hell than admit that black people are the real Jews, or something like that. And, if that's, if it's real like that, well, fine, it's real like that. But I wouldn't be stuck on that. okay, I wouldn't be stuck in that kind of mindset. So, you know, this is just a quick little video. I think it needed to be made, and, look for more videos from me in the future, and, yeah, that's it for now. Shalom.